which is rape, torture. That is what the rapture is. It's raptus, which is rape, torture. That is what the rapture is.
Oh boy. Welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. People, listen, we could not have made this up. This is as crazy as it gets. Can you imagine? Before I go any further with this video, though, not only do I want you to hit that subscribe button, but I also want you to leave a comment. Tell me exactly what you think about this whole situation. If you still think that this is a pure coincidence, say so and tell me why. I also have a bridge. It's called the New York Bridge, and I'm selling it for about 150 Jamaican dollars. You can get it. Just get in touch with me if you think this is still a coincidence. That's just my opinion, but I want you to leave yours. Or some people are going to say, is this God at work? Or others are going to say, this is the devil at work and the devil came to collect. All right. So we all know now that Kevin Smith, the man that was dubbed the Mobay cult pastor, has now passed away. He died in a car accident recently, this morning. This car accident happened as he was being transported. So he was being transported from St. James to Kingston to be formally charged today. And on his way to be charged, lo and behold, a car accident claims his life. I don't believe this one rotted. I'm sorry, but I don't. Now, let's get some misinformation out the way. A couple of people have contacted me and them say, SouFlo, you know, here say 3 police dead and 2 police dead. And okay, the JCF has now officially released information, and the updated information is that 1 police officer has now been deceased or died in this incident. It was only 1 police officer. Okay, but there are 2 others who were also a part of this escort detail who the JCF confirmed are in critical condition and are currently undergoing treatment. So keep them there in your prayers and hope they make it out. And my condolences to the police officer who lost his life. I see them flying the flag at half-staff in Jamaica today because he died in the line of duty. He was carrying this man to go be formally charged. The officer that died was actually a part of the fugitive task force. Now, this is according to official reports from the JCF. With all that said, for those who don't understand what's going on here, let's give you a timeline, and not only a timeline. I have a bunch of questions that I am absolutely sure that you too have questions about. All right. So just coincidentally, police officers act on information which led them to a building which Kevin Smith himself calls the Ark. We've heard all the crazy stories now, how people paid $100,000 to get into the Ark because they believed that that's where they were going to be safe from this pandemic stuff and all the death and doomsday stuff that Kevin Smith was preaching, or the Mobay cult pastor was preaching to his congregation. We heard all the stories about how they had to turn over their paychecks. First paycheck is called first fruits, and how he would have a revival night called Don't Carry It Over, and all this. That mean pay up all you owe. We've seen the videos where he was charging his congregants late fees if you showed up late to church and all these other things. So it was definitely about a money thing for him. We also saw the properties that were listed in his name that he owns. Obviously, they were multi-million-dollar properties, mansions, these types of things. And his own place of business was also very prestigious. Obviously, cost a lot of money. Let's just say it wasn't the church that my granny them went to that was across the street from our house when I was growing up in Clarendon, Jamaica. All right. Now, people are saying this is fake. They're faking it. And I bet say he end up in some other place in the world. Well, I must confirm that I did see the body. And I not only saw the body being removed from the vehicle after the incident, I also saw the eyewitness give an account. He actually went up and touched the bodies. He was on the scene and he was helping, and he gave an account to the Jamaica Gleaner. This man has no dog in this fight. He has no reason to lie. He told exactly what he saw. He said the police officer that passed away, God bless his soul, and I think they sacrificed him. The police officer that passed away was described as having blood coming from his mouth and his nose at the same time, right? And the guy said, obviously you could tell he was dead. And then, according to when they asked him what did he witness with the pastor, Kevin Smith, and he said when he touched him, he felt like a burden or like a spirit, like something heavy came over him. So he started to pray and he said, God, I know this man is a powerful man, but I know you're more powerful than he is. They asked him if he recognized who it was, and he said, yes. Everybody knows him. He can't hide because he's been in the news even more so lately. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people are afraid of this man. And if you actually watch the interview, not the interview, but the video where the information arm of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, represented by female, don't know her name off top, she was giving an account, an update, an official report, and she was saying 2 police officers are confirmed to be in critical condition. 1 is confirmed dead, and so on and so forth. You could even see that she herself had manners and respect for Kevin Smith, because she referred to him as Sir Kevin Smith. Now, I know people they refer to as Sir Kevin Smith or whatever are usually people that are held in high regard, right? Considering all the latest reports that have come out about what this man is involved in, I have never heard them report and refer to as a double murder suspect as Sir Kevin Smith. Put a sir before his name. That in itself was very telling. All right, but here are my questions now. Where is the other person? Because according to the information arm of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Kevin Smith and another parishioner, another person from his congregation, rather, were being escorted from St. James to Kingston to face charges, to be formally charged. They would have been formally charged with murder. They would have been formally charged with also possession of gun and illegal possession of gun and firearm. Firearm and ammunition, sorry. Working my thoughts out here because I want to get to my questions. Where is this person? And what really caused this crash? I have 2 theories, but before I say my 2 theories, let me say, where is this person? Who is this person? I have a picture of a guy that was arrested the same night, same time, with Kevin Smith, and he was one of them that was found in the church, involved in the middle of the ritual. So I'm guessing it is this person. What vehicle was this person riding in? Because on video, we see Kevin Smith being taken from the blue car, and his body is lifeless. He's not moving. His chest or stomach isn't rising or falling, as appears to be breathing. No signs of life. But where was the other guy? Was he riding in another vehicle, or were both suspects placed in the same vehicle? Now, with that said, here's another question. I noticed that they pulled him out of the vehicle, speaking of Kevin Smith, with a mask on. So, okay, he was wearing his mask while being transported, right? It's COVID time. Everybody mask up who have sense and these kind of things. But check it out. He was not handcuffed. I did not see the rescuers removing any handcuffs or shackles from him. No handcuffs, no restraints on Kevin Smith. Here's my question again. The other person who was arrested in cahoots with him, was he also not handcuffed? And I'm willing to bet that he was not. Because why would they leave Kevin Smith unrestrained but restrain his partner. So, here we are. Two persons about to be charged with double murder and other charges are being transported without proper restraints. Or maybe it's me. I don't know the law. So my question is now, is this the standard protocol on how to transport suspects? Especially transporting them over great distance. St. James to Kingston, that's quite a drive. Why did they not take the highway? What were they doing on these back streets? And were they both not handcuffed? And is this protocol? Especially when you have two persons that are, or a person, a suspect, that is suspected of committing murder. Double murder. Is it normal for officers to have these persons transporting them with no restraints? I find that rather suspicious. Why does it look like the white pickup truck that is in all the pictures of the crash? It looks like that white pickup truck that has the front end damage was the vehicle that broadsided the blue car that Kevin Smith was riding in. My next question is, who was driving that white truck? I'm trying to figure out how his vehicle is all mashed in from the side. Or did it get hit head on and spun out of control into a tree or something? I'm trying to work the logistics out to this because it all looks very suspicious. Who was driving that white truck? I would definitely like to know. Another thing I would say is I hope that the police officer's family or next of kin were reported before they put his picture up and say he was the one confirmed that died in this incident. This is the fastest that I have ever seen them put a law enforcement official picture up confirming his death. Usually they would hold the picture for a while, wait till they notify family and friends, but maybe they were able to get through to family and friends quickly and give them the notification, then put it up. Because it would be a sad way to find out that your loved one had passed, by reading it in the newspaper or by hearing your neighbors talk about it instead of them calling you as next of kin or family member to say, hey, Iron just passed away, you know. Now, again, for those who are saying, nah, I think he's in another island, or they're doing a stunt double with the body or anything like that, we saw the body. The body is out there for us to see. I definitely think he is dead. That's just me. Eyewitness gave their account also, and the man also said that looking at him, he looked like his neck was broken. I don't know. My two theories. I have two theories because everybody must be wondering, how did this happen? How did the crash itself take place? Highly unlikely that it would be that these police officers were speeding so fast that they were spun out of control, lost control of their vehicle, and claimed the lives off. Very slim chance. And big coincidence that on this particular day, carrying this particular person, a car out of nowhere crashed into them. Out of all other days to have an accident. Coincidence? I think not. So my two theories are this. I think that based on the fact that he was being exposed in a large way, his dwellings were raided. God knows what was found in his dwellings, to include his laptop being confiscated, and apparently he kept a track of certain things on the laptop. I'm willing to bet that they found other things that led to other people. You know, it's funny because Renito Adams yesterday in the video we did yesterday covering his interview in the newspaper in Jamaica, he said, we would be very surprised to know some of the people that are involved in these things, we would be very surprised to know, because it ain't no regular people. He's talking about people in positions of power. He is talking about people who run things about the place. He's talking about prominent business people and people with big names. The account that was given from one of the persons who went to this church, I'll never forget that he said it was normal when you go to church service on Sundays, you would see certain people there. It wasn't their duty to walk about and tell who was a member there, but it was normal to see them come to service. And even when the rituals were taking place, it was normal for them to step up and be a part of these rituals with no qualms. And he's talking about powerful people. So I'm thinking part of my first theory is that Kevin Smith held big secrets for big names, or big secrets for prominent people. Someone even said to me, shout out to my subscribers on SouFLoTV, they said, SouFLo, this goes beyond Jamaica. So when we say big names, we might be thinking of big names only in Jamaica, but this could very well be big names from overseas. People who are in bigger positions of power. And that shot got called. Do away with him. Now you must remember, he was questioned, right? According to the JCF, he was questioned, and the news, he was questioned by the JCF in the presence of his attorney. Investigative officers questioned him, and he refused to answer anything they questioned him about. I can't help but to think that he said, finally reality is setting in. Oh shit. Okay, I'm going to play my card now. This man is no dummy. And people are saying he's insane, and I don't think he is insane. I think he is a calculated crook. And I think that maybe at some point he even started believing, because in order to be in this kind of a character and live this life, you have to at some point start to believe some of the things that you spew, even if you started out lying. So it's not far-fetched to believe that he had secrets for people, and these people could not risk being exposed. He did not answer any questions. He probably said to them, just carry me go see the judge. I'm ready. When I go see the judge on Monday morning, I will tell the judge everything I have to tell the judge. That caused some people to panic. The news started getting out. Hey, he didn't answer any of our questions. Him say I'll tell the judge everything Monday. And somebody says, well, get rid of him before he gets to the judge, because if he gets to the judge, he can probably say, Your Honor, so and so was there, so and so is a part of this. I have more things I can tell you, and I probably even have proof to show you, but I'll have to tell you where it's hidden. People like these always have a get out of jail free card. The problem is the get out of jail free card does not always work. So that is one of my theory, that he was knocked off, slap wet, taken care of. This was a hit. That's one. Here's my other theory. My other theory is that things fell apart for him. He suddenly saw his empire crumbling. He probably gave an order to the person who was being transported with him, because you can see how his followers are deeply brainwashed. And some of them will kill if he says kill. That we know now. So he probably gave that order. When we reach at a certain point, jump on him. Grab him. Don't make the vehicle go no further. In layman's terms then, struggle ensued inside of the vehicle, which caused the law enforcement official to lose control of the vehicle. They said, we not going to no prison. I rather go home to meet my maker. Me prefer dead. So we are going to fight you off in here and crash the car and run the car off of the road, which probably caused the car to get into this accident and cause the loss of lives. Those are my two theories on what happened. All in all, you can't pay me to think that this is just one big coincidence. And again, I end this video by saying, rest in peace to the officer that lost his life. He was doing his job. But my questions still stand. Bar none. Is this standard protocol to transport suspects, especially suspects who are suspected of murder, double murder, and are on their way to being formally charged? We'll follow this some more. Leave your comments in the comment section below. And I'll catch you on the next video. It's SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace.